The fence is going to be replaced around the REB is exactly the same fence as currently you see around the playing field today. Much better. I hope you can hear me, but as you can see, all the way through here, you can't actually see through the rails here, and creates a really dangerous blind spot here. What the Network Rail have agreed to do is to cut off the corner of the square. And by cutting off the corner, it will allow traffic once again coming down the lane to see pedestrians in the road and to see all the things that are going on. That's going to make things a lot safer. These two big ugly crash barriers that were put in supposedly for safety, we always wondered exactly who was going to crash into these motorway crash barriers in a country lane at 5 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour. But they've decided that, and if you actually, before they come remove them, they are going to remove them, which is great news. But they're also actually impeding the gate. Now, why they would put crash barriers up that actually stop them opening their own gate fully, we don't know. But anyway, these are coming out, and that's really good. The fence at the back needs to be retained, apparently, for health and safety reasons and to stop people getting into the other parts. But that will be replaced. The fence there will be replaced with the green fencing, as already mentioned in the video, similar to the green fencing around the playing fields. So again, the impact, the visual impact, certainly for people using the village hall, will be a lot better. Now obviously one of the issues is that if we replace the fence with a green fence, then what we're going to be able to see more effectively is the fact that we've got a great big grey block behind it. They've also agreed to paint the whole of the REB green. What that is going to do again is going to much lessen the visual impact of the REB on the community, and I think that's got to be a good thing. The fencing here, along here, unfortunately still has to remain the same height. However, the green fencing that's around the playing field will also be replaced completely along the side here. What we've also agreed with them is that when that is replaced, hopefully we're going to be able to get it backwards a couple of feet, and if we can get it going backwards a couple of feet and this being chopped off the side, that'll be good. What we're also asking them to do is to channel out a couple of foot down and to put a wooden picket fence in front of the gate, in front of the fence. So you'll have a small wooden fence in front of it that we can be underplanted with some ivy and that sort of thing, that will eventually soften the edges at this part of the REB. That again is going to be very good. So from here, this corner will be completely cut off and you will not see this bit. So there'll be a fence coming from this point over to where the gate is, and this whole process will be a lot better than it was before. Now this is the back of the REB as you're coming up the lane. This is the first bit you see of it. This area here that is currently unused. What we've agreed with them is that this fencing here, which is, to be fair, very dilapidated underneath the ivy, is going to be replaced again with a wooden paling fence. but it will have a gate put into this fence so that they can start to use this area as the parking area for the REB rather than having engineers park at the front. The reason why that's important is that the minute they start parking at the front, for whatever reason, if they have to leave their vehicles there, it causes a lot of problems. Because you know, wider vehicles coming up the lane, that sort of thing, just can't get past, and of course it provides a blind spot again, which is we're trying to remove. So there will be a wooden fence along here that will go along the front of the, it will carry on along the front of the REB with some underplanting underneath it. This is going, I think they're just going to put some hardcore down, I don't think it's going to be anything spectacular. And there will be another small platform at the back there for an emergency generator in case there is a massive power out. Obviously they can't afford to have the signalling for the whole of Network Rail suddenly disappear. So they will have a bespoke generator just for the REB that will only kick in the case of emergencies. So again, this isn't going to, we're not going to lose our passing place here. The passing place will remain. The fence will be here. It will just be replaced. It will look very new to start off with, but over a period of time you can see what Mother Nature does. It won't take long for Mother Nature to sort of take over it again. But then this area here, instead of being weeds, will be a parking area, and it will look a lot better. The fencing at the back will all be replaced, and again, the REB painted green. As we can see here, we have a set of fans which kick in. They've just recently kicked in just now. Those fans do create a lot of noise, and sometimes the actual blades click on the sides. And because they click on the sides, you know, people in the local houses can hear them. Now, if you've got fans for that, fans for this, fans for that, all of a sudden it creates, certainly in the summer, a general hum. They've agreed that they're going to continually review and monitor this to make sure that that hum that comes from all these fans, certainly in the summer, is going to be constantly reviewed and a service sort of plan put in. Just now, it's a shame I didn't sort of pick it up just 2 minutes ago, because it was actually quite noisy, and that's the first time I've actually heard the full fan pick in. But it doesn't matter, it's there, and they've agreed to look at it, and again that's a part of the agreement that we're going to put into place. Now, one of the other issues that we've had is obviously the big sign here saying no access for railway vehicles beyond this point. We didn't think, we were thinking more of a health and safety point of view. We didn't think it was a bad thing that the railway access should be allowed just between us all, as far as getting to the car parking area in the back. So this sign here is talking about railway access vehicles. Our other sign at the bottom stays exactly where it is. I'll have to apologise in advance if we get any trains coming past. This is obviously the lane as it comes down. As we all know, it's a very, very narrow lane. There is only passing points along the way. Now, one of the big issues that we have is that there's no signage to anybody to say that there are pedestrians in the road, young mothers with children, dog walkers, and we do get the odd horses and that sort of thing up here too. So we want some slow down signs, we want some children in the road signs, not just at the top but along the road as well. And we're also looking into the contract that keeps the hedge sort of back, because when the hedge grows out, one of the big issues that we have is that people in their vehicles don't want their vehicles scratched, so they tend to move away from the hedge, which makes the pedestrians have to literally go right up against the fence, which can be a bit of a problem if you've got larger vehicles. So there's a lot that we've managed to sort of get out of the Network Rail, and considering they got everything wrong in the first place, I think that they've been fair over, you know, listening to what we've got to say and changing the things that we want changing. We are a railway community. We have been for 100 odd years. and I think that we need to accept the fact that there is only a limited amount of what we can do. Having all those changes made, that the reckoning will start in the next 4 weeks, I think is a good thing, and I think it's probably the best deal that we could have got. It's not perfect. Ideally, I would rather it wasn't there, but we don't live in an ideal world, and I think that this is the best that we could do. Thanks for watching, and good luck. Here comes the car now. There's the point. It's a very, very wide car. Anyway, it's a very wide car. And the problem is, like I said, you've just seen that coming up there. It's just opportune. If they were then forced over to this side, if you've got a push chair, if you've got a buggy and that sort of thing, it's really important that the speed on this road is kept down. They wanted to put some speed humps in. I said no. And Hillary said no. We don't want speed bumps. We don't need speed bumps. But we do need the signage. That's about it. I think that's job done. We are keeping them under pressure now. They've got the surveyors have been out. We've met with the surveyors. The job is sort of scoped out. They'll be able to put some costs to that as soon as that's been signed off, and that will take a few weeks. Once that's done, then they should be able to start getting the work done. And so you should see fairly quickly some changes. And again, thanks to Hillary for kick-starting this off, and thanks to everybody else who made the effort to come to the meetings, made the effort to complain, made the effort to stand with the rest of us who wanted to get it sorted out. If we don't do these things, then people just walk all over us all the time. It's really important that we do, and that's what I want to do as a borough councillor. If I get elected, if I'm lucky enough to get elected, at the end of the day, I want to really ram home that it's not acceptable to just railroad over the feelings of local people. Rolf Pearce, Haywood's Independent Voice, signing off. Thank you.